There's something about Gemini that makes people fall hard, fast, and often against their better judgment. It's not just physical attraction. It's not just charisma. It's something darker, more psychological, almost dangerous. Gemini doesn't just attract people, they trap them. And here is the disturbing part. Most people don't realize they are caught until they are already too deep to walk away. This is Gemini's dark charm, the psychological magnetism that makes them irresistible, even when people know they shouldn't fall, even when the red flags are visible, even when their logic screams, run, they stay. They fall deeper. They can't help it. Because Gemini attraction psychology operates on mechanisms most people aren't consciously aware of. In the next 10 minutes, we're breaking down exactly why everyone falls for Gemini, the 7 psychological hooks that make their charm so dangerous, and why even when people know better, they still can't resist. This isn't about appearance. This isn't about game. This is about how Gemini's energy rewires people's brains and why once you're in, getting out feels impossible. First hook. Gemini seduces your mind before they ever touch your body. Most attraction is physical first. Gemini flips that script. They engage your intelligence, your curiosity, your mental hunger. Within 5 minutes of conversation, Gemini makes you feel intellectually stimulated in ways you rarely experience. Like you're finally talking to someone who gets it. More interesting than you usually feel. Mentally alive in a way that's almost addictive. This is Gemini attraction psychology at its core. Intellectual seduction. They don't complement your looks. They complement your thoughts, your perspective, the way your mind works. That's actually a really interesting point. I've never thought about it that way. Suddenly, you're not just attracted, you're engaged. Your brain lights up. Dopamine floods your system. And here's the trap. Once someone stimulates your mind, physical attraction follows automatically. Because intelligence is intoxicating. And Gemini knows exactly how to make you feel smarter, sharper, more alive just by talking to them. This is why people say Gemini is addictive. It's not the person, it's the mental high they create. And once you've felt that, regular conversation feels boring. Other people feel flat. You're hooked on the way Gemini makes your brain feel. That's not love. That's psychological dependency. But by the time you realize it, you're already too deep. Second hook. Gemini becomes whatever you need them to be, and you mistake that for soulmate energy. This is where Gemini's dark charm gets truly dangerous. They have an almost supernatural ability to mirror you. Your energy, your humor, your values, your communication style. Within minutes, Gemini has matched your vibe, reflected your interests back to you, made you feel seen in ways you rarely experience, created the illusion of perfect compatibility. You think, we're so alike, this person just gets me. But here's the psychological truth. Gemini isn't being themselves. They're being a version of themselves that matches you. This isn't manipulation, it's instinct. Gemini's brain automatically reads people and adjusts. But the effect is the same. You fall in love with your own reflection. You're not attracted to who they are. You're attracted to how they make you feel about who you are. Gemini emotional intelligence is so high that they know exactly which parts of themselves to show you and which parts to hide. They emphasize the traits that align with you. They downplay the traits that don't. So you meet a version of Gemini that feels perfect because it's designed to feel perfect for you. And when that version shifts later, when the real complexity emerges, you feel betrayed. You're not the person I fell for. Correct, because the person you fell for was a mirror, not the full picture. But by then, you're already attached to the reflection, and walking away feels like losing yourself. Third hook. Gemini's unpredictability triggers the intermittent reinforcement effect, the same mechanism that makes gambling addictive. Here's where Gemini magnetism becomes neurologically dangerous. Human brains are wired to crave consistency, but they're addicted to unpredictability when it's paired with reward. And that's exactly what Gemini provides. Some days they're completely present, engaged, affectionate, texting you constantly, making you feel like the center of their world. Other days they're distant, distracted, emotionally unavailable, disappearing without explanation, leaving you wondering what changed. This inconsistency isn't cruelty. It's how Gemini naturally operates. Their energy shifts. Their interest fluctuates. Their engagement varies. But your brain interprets this as, I need to work harder to keep their attention. And that activates the intermittent reinforcement cycle. You get affection, gives dopamine spike, gives affection, withdraws, gives anxiety spike, gives you chase to get the dopamine back. This is the exact pattern that makes slot machines, social media, and toxic relationships so addictive. Because when the reward is unpredictable, your brain becomes obsessed with securing it. Consistent love is comfortable. Unpredictable love is consuming. You can't stop thinking about them. You check your phone constantly. You analyze every interaction. You wonder if today will be a good day or a distant day. And Gemini? They're not doing this intentionally. Their dual nature just naturally creates this pattern. But the effect is the same. You become addicted to chasing the version of them that made you feel amazing, and you'll tolerate the distant version just to get the high version back. That's not love. That's variable ratio reinforcement, the strongest addiction mechanism in psychology. And it's why people stay with Gemini long after they should have left. Fourth hook. Gemini is a puzzle you will never fully solve, and humans are psychologically wired to chase incomplete patterns. This is where Gemini charisma becomes almost haunting. You think you understand them, then they reveal a new layer, a contradictory side, an unexpected depth. Just when you think you've figured them out, they shift. They're logical and emotional, independent and needy, confident and insecure, open and secretive. This isn't inconsistency. This is genuine complexity. And your brain interprets complex people as more valuable than simple people. Because simple things get boring. Complex things stay interesting. Psychologically, humans are drawn to mystery, to things we can't fully grasp, to puzzles that resist easy solutions. And Gemini? They're the ultimate puzzle. Every time you think you've understood them, they show you something new, a vulnerability you didn't expect, a skill you didn't know they had, a perspective that contradicts what they said last week. This keeps you engaged, curious, invested. You're not just attracted to them, you're trying to decode them. And that intellectual chase, it's intoxicating. Other people become boring by comparison, because once you know everything about someone, the mystery is gone. But with Gemini, the mystery never ends. There's always another layer, another contradiction, another side you haven't seen yet. This is why people say Gemini is unforgettable. It's not because they're perfect. It's because they're incomplete. And your brain hates incomplete patterns. So it keeps you hooked, keeps you analyzing, keeps you coming back for just one more conversation. It's not that they're toxic. It's that their natural emotional rhythm creates a pattern that mimics addiction. And once you're in that pattern, getting out feels impossible. Seventh hook. Gemini's magnetism creates competition, and humans are wired to want what others want. Final mechanism of Gemini's dark charm. They attract everyone. Not just you, everyone. Gemini's social intelligence means they connect easily with extroverts and introverts, logical and emotional people, creative and analytical types. Their chameleon nature makes them universally appealing. And this triggers mate competition psychology. When you see others attracted to Gemini, it makes you want them more, because your brain interprets social proof as this person is valuable. I need to secure them before someone else does. So you're not just attracted to Gemini. You're in competition for their attention. And competition activates jealousy, possessiveness, the need to prove you're the best option. Suddenly, you're fighting for a position you didn't even know you wanted. And Gemini? They're not doing this intentionally. They're just being themselves. But the effect is the same. You feel like you're auditioning for their affection. And every time they choose to spend time with you, it feels like winning. Not because the relationship is healthy, but because you beat the competition. This is why Gemini relationships often feel intense. There's always an undercurrent of, am I enough? Will they choose me? What if they find someone more interesting? And that anxiety? It masquerades as passion. You think you're in love. You're actually in competition. And that's the final trap of Gemini's dark charm. Walk away before the charm becomes a cage. So why does everyone fall for Gemini, even when they shouldn't? Because Gemini's charm operates on psychological mechanisms most people don't consciously recognize. Intellectual seduction, mirror effect, unpredictability addiction, forbiddens complexity, emotional scarcity, verbal enchantment, competition dynamics. That's not luck. That's architecture. Gemini doesn't try to be magnetic. They just are. Their dual nature, their intelligence, their adaptability, it all combines into an energy that's almost impossible to resist. But here's the truth they don't tell you. Magnetic doesn't mean healthy. Irresistible doesn't mean right. You can be completely captivated by someone who's completely wrong for you. And recognizing that, that's not weakness. That's wisdom. So if you're a Gemini, own your power. But use it responsibly. Because the ability to enchant people comes with the responsibility not to trap them. And if you're falling for a Gemini, enjoy the ride. But keep your eyes open. Because dark charm is beautiful, but it's still dark. And sometimes the bravest thing you can do is walk away from something that feels magnetic before it becomes destructive.